This is the 3pm Takeover, Radio Northern Beach's only drive-home show.
Keep it right here for a whole hour of fresh hits and entertainment for your Wednesday afternoon.
Here we go.
This is Go Shorty, It's Your Birthday by 50 Cent. Welcome to the 3pm Takeover. It is just after 3 o'clock and you're listening to Hope and Victoria on Radio Northern Beaches. So good to have you with us on this Wednesday afternoon. The weather is getting a little bit warmer, which is nice. It was so cold. Get this right. Monday morning, a couple of days ago, beginning of the week, fire drill. Freezing cold.
Oh no.
13 floors of staff outside, had to take the stairs. There were about 1,500 of us.
Yeah, I have that at my
awful.
work, and you suddenly get outside and go, all these people are in this building all at once. It doesn't feel like it should fit that many people.
What was really awkward is we have a twin building and they were really organised and they had lots of like fire wardens and clipboards and they were all walking in lines, and our whole building, we didn't know anyone who was a fire warden. Like nobody had a hat. Everyone was just running everywhere.
We
looked really bad compared to the other building.
On our floor, every department has a fire warden, and every department is about 20 people.
Our floor just couldn't remember who was our fire warden. Just like really
everybody out.
God. But anyway, moving on from that. It is coming towards the end of August. In fact, it is the very last day of August today, which means that we have officially been on air for one whole year.
They grow up so fast.
The show is no longer a baby.
Oh.
But I can't believe it's been a year. Does it feel like a year to you?
Yes and no. That sounds really weird, but I feel like it's gone super quick. But if I actually think back at every show, I go, yeah, we've done 52. Some weeks I have felt every hour of every week.
Some weeks just not feeling it.
Yeah. But I can't believe it's been a whole year. That was a really quick year.
Yeah, in some ways it does. You're right. It feels like it's been going on for a really long time. But then a year almost doesn't sound as long as I feel like it's gone for.
Yeah. But so much has happened. Like, we've both finished university and started full-time jobs. You've moved out of home. Like, it's been a big year.
I think that's part of the reason it feels longer, because it wasn't just like 1 year of the life where we've stayed the same. Probably
like high school or uni, you're like, another year's gone.
I think in the last year, we've probably had the most change that either of us have ever had. So it's great to have had something that's consistent and something that we do every week. And it's so exciting that it's grown into what it has in a year.
Yeah.
If you were wondering about the choice of first song, that was absolutely because it is our birthday, 3pm Takeover's birthday. I also kind of love that song.
It's great.
It's a strange song, but it's kind of become its own little thing.
Well, it's like the birthday song now.
There are no other songs about birthdays. Yeah. I looked that up because I remember we were going to...
Happy birthday, but we were going to like
little one
awkwardly play that on air.
Please enjoy this knock song. Happy birthday. That's it. I was reading something about Happy Birthday only a few weeks ago. Apparently it's like the only song that's known in English, but like by everybody in the world.
It's also one of those songs that I swear no one can sing on key, no matter how good a singer you are.
Yeah, there's nothing more awkward than when you're singing it in a situation, you're in an office, or you're in, just a group of adults. And it sounds great for the first Happy Birthday, and then it just gets so awkward, and you get towards the end and you're like, God, can this just end? Like, it's horrible. Or when people don't know what to say when it gets to the name bit and everyone kind of stumbles.
Everyone like would have a different nickname for the person. It's like, happy birthday, happy birthday. So they stumble over it, yeah.
It could be an awkward song.
I found recently, if I'm videoing it, I'm very aware that I'm the closest to the microphone, and I'll just lip sync the song.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to listen back to the recording and just be like Victoria's voice really loudly. Yeah, so I'll stand. So if you're at a birthday party with me and you see me videoing the person while we're singing, yeah, I'm not singing. I'm 100% lip syncing.
Do you have a favourite memory from our last year? Like anything that jumps out at you?
I don't know if I could pick one. Sometimes all the weeks merge into one. I think it's like anytime we do a quiz is really fun. I do love our quizzes.
Yeah, quizzes are cool.
They're good. And I'm just mainly because I become aware of all the stuff that I don't know and all the things and how often you can just guess and get the right answer.
That's true. I think if I had to pick, I really enjoyed doing our Sizzling Summer Sessions over January. They were a lot of fun to record. I loved working out the playlists. That was a lot of fun to do. So make sure that you stay tuned this summer because they will be coming back in January. We have our annual break.
Definitely.
And they will be coming back.
I think our interviews and guests were fun as well. We had a guest host this year and we had an interview a few weeks ago, and I'm definitely keen to repeat those in our second year because they were fun. I enjoyed them.
That is true.
But for now, we're going to go back in time with Pitbull. Welcome back to the 3pm Takeover. That was... Pitbull. I love that song. That's a really, really fun song. And I forget how fun it is until I'm listening to it again and I'm dancing.
And then I actually realised it's from the Men in Black soundtrack. I haven't seen Men in Black.
Any of them?
No?
What?
Am I supposed to have done?
Yes.
I don't even know what they are.
Those movies.
I get them mixed up with the Blues Brothers or the Soul, whatever they are.
They're very different movies.
People that wear suits.
Men in Black was like so iconic when we were kids. It was one of those movies. Do you remember? I think it was Pizza Hut or Domino's for a while did a thing where you ordered like a certain number of pizzas, you got a free VHS.
Oh, that's
Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, they did it for Charlie's Angels, and then they had one for Men in Black. That's how our family got like the video version of both those movies.
Oh.
Men in Black is about aliens. It's great.
Oh.
And
I was a deprived child. I wasn't allowed to take away pizza or movies.
Are you kidding?
So that
oh my gosh, Will
Smith,
Smith,
like the lethal combination.
Will Smith like fights aliens, but not like an Independence way. It's like a really funny way.
There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, look, as you mentioned earlier, it is literally the last day of August, and tomorrow is September.
Spring.
Yes, we discussed that last week. We
Okay.
can't discuss that again. No repeats. Which means that there's also this incredible campaign launches again for the next year called Liptember. Which,
Good pun.
Well, I didn't come up with it, but thank you. And it's been going since 2010, so this will be its 6th year, and it's a fundraiser for women's mental health programs, where you wear like vivid and bright coloured lipsticks during the month of September to help raise awareness and raise money for this cause.
That's such a good thing to do.
Yeah.
It's not difficult to wear a nice lipstick, especially, I know you said not to say it, but it's spring, so bright lipstick is back in.
Well, then they don't just mean like a bright red or a bright pink. They mean like colours. Like on the site, they encourage you to wear like a bright orange or a blue or a purple.
That's so cool.
Something that would really stand out, and someone goes, "Oh my gosh, cool lipstick," and you go, "Well, I'm wearing it for Liptember."
I'm not cool enough to wear odd coloured lipsticks.
Yes, you are.
You are.
It's not about being cool enough. You just do what you want. It's 21st century. Live your life. You do you.
I think you could.
Oh, thank you.
And it would suit like in your job.
Yeah,
well.
maybe I could get it away with it more. But this is the month that you can do it. And if someone like makes a comment, you'd be like, it's for charity.
Yeah, finance is not usually the area where you wear brightly coloured lipstick, but okay.
Well, you can
I'll take up
change
the
that social tide. Do you want to hear some sort of details about Liptember?
I sure do.
So, like I said,
See what I was like? Yeah.
just mwah.
Okay, carry on.
So it began in 2010, and when it started, it was a relatively small campaign and it didn't raise very much money. And then in 2013, a major discount chemist chain partnered with it, and since then they've sort of they've boosted the fundraising efforts because they'll sort of promote it in store and promote almost like official lipstick covers for that year.
Cool.
So last year they raised over $900,000, and this year they're hoping to raise over $1 million, which I think is really doable.
Yeah, definitely. If they're progressing at that kind of rate, they should. And it's for such a good cause. Women-only initiatives are really, really important. So get behind it, ladies.
Definitely. So it's about women's health programs, and according to their statistics, 1 in 3 Australian women experience depression or anxiety in their lifetime, and 15% of mothers are affected by postnatal depression. I didn't realise the figures were that high.
Yeah, that's a lot, especially for postnatal depression.
Yeah. So it's really important that they raise money for this because they go towards making sort of building up programs that teach parents how to understand their newborn babies and help train up professionals to read and understand baby communication better, and set up programs with affiliate companies on helping women deal with anxiety and depression, which I think is really important because especially this day and age, like it's almost, I don't know, people don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. It's still a taboo subject.
Yeah.
So it's really important that there are programs out there that are directed at women and can sort of are there to help them. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, help shake the stigma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And while obviously it is a campaign that is primarily directed at women, men are also welcome to wear lipstick. The creator said he was dared this year to wear lipstick at the office, so he's going to wear a bright orange lipstick, which is really exciting.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Everyone
I think it's just
included.
such a cool campaign idea.
That's fun. We're going to link the official Liptember website to our page, so make sure you check it out and stay tuned. We're going to be back after this. We have a whole pile of interesting facts coming up about the Northern Beaches, which you do not want to miss, and also some strange animal facts. So make sure you stay right here. Welcome back. That was You Were Right by Rufus. I don't know. Rufus?
There's so many umlauts.
He's got a couple of umlauts in his name.
Rufus.
I don't know. But anyway, That is a great song. I like it. It's a good one to play.
It's very chill.
It is chill. It's one of those sort of just on in the background type songs.
Yeah.
Which I like.
It's good.
But anyway, I said just before the break, if you were listening, that we were going to have some strange animal facts come up. And look, the reason I decided to talk about this, in all honesty, is I turned up to work last week and someone had put a book of animal facts on my desk by accident. It was supposed to be delivered to someone else.
I was going to say, that's really odd because you do not like animals.
No, I don't. I dislike animals greatly. So I thought it was like an evil pun. But like, no, it wasn't.
This is a sick joke.
It had been put on my desk by accident. But anyway, it got me thinking about animals.
Who does this?
But instead of weird facts about animals, I thought I'd look up nice facts about animals.
Did it make you like any of them anymore?
Well, yeah, I do like animals. I'm just scared of them.
Oh, you like them from a distance?
Yeah.
Like happy to watch a David Attenborough, not happy to do one yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I'm happy to go, I'm happy to go to the zoo. I just
fences?
Don't want to be close to them.
Just don't go in the lemur enclosure then.
No, I don't. And I sort of walk around and I get a bit jumpy when they all make noises. No, okay. I have a situation. This is the truth. I was at the aquarium with my mum.
The aquarium?
Yeah, I was
What
at the aquarium.
made a noise in the aquarium? It's like a bubble. And you're like, oh, a bubble.
No, nothing did. But I was like 19 and I nearly had a nervous breakdown because my mum wanted me to touch a starfish and I was so stressed out and I wouldn't touch it. And finally she just
like the little the
in like its little tub, and I couldn't like bring myself to do it and I was starting to panic, and then my mum just dunked my hand in. It was so terrifying. But it was okay. It felt like nothing, and I thought it would be squishy and be like, and then like jump up and eat me, but it didn't.
Yes, those carnivorous starfish they allow people to touch at the aquarium.
This is the thing. I think what it is with me and animals is because they're not human, I feel like I can't sense what they're going to do, and therefore because I can't sense what it's going to be, I feel like the potential is that it could be bad, so therefore I don't trust it.
That's so odd. You have a cat. They're like the least predictable animal to own ever.
But cats are always nice.
No, they're not.
My cat is.
Cats are like sometimes the spawn of Satan.
That's true. The thing
Your cat's lovely, but generally cats are completely unpredictable. You walk towards it and pat it and it'll like jump on you and attack you.
I was scared of my cat when I first got it.
Dogs are so predictable.
I've had my cat for a long time though, but I was scared of it when I first got it.
Well, if you had that starfish your whole life, you'd be fine as well.
That's true.
Anyway, get us some of these facts before we just go on a tangent about you and animals.
My fear of animals. Okay, so I've got 10 nice facts about animals because I'm trying to like up my not interaction with them. That's going a bit
interest.
Far. My interest in them. We'll go with that. Okay, number 1. So you know how cats will kind of headbutt you, like if you put your hand out to pat them, they'll headbutt you. It seems that they do that to show people that they trust them and that they make them as an animal feel safe.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that nice?
It's so funny because they headbutt you.
My cat trusts me then.
Love me.
Okay, second fact. The grizzly bear gets its name from the word grizzled, meaning streaked with grey.
Oh. But aren't they brown bears?
Yeah, but they have streaks of grey. So I think like when they turn at a certain angle in the sun, you can see like grey through them.
Would you like to know another
grizzled
fact about grizzly bears?
I would.
They don't climb trees. It's black bears that do. So if you're getting chased by a bear, if you have the time and the memory to look around and check what colour it is, if it's black, don't climb a tree, it'll come after you. But if it's brown, you can climb a tree, it can't get you.
Providing you are in a good enough condition to scale a tree.
Yes, and also the fact, knowing that there's a tree that you can scale that this bear can't reach you, that you can get to the height of. Look,
yes,
I'm not saying there aren't issues with this plan. I'm just letting you know the fact.
Okay, number 3. I think this is the weirdest one, but it's so cool. Every year in the town of Turin in Peru, they hold a guinea pig festival, and it includes...
They eat them.
No, they don't eat them.
Yes, they do in certain areas of South America. My mum went to South America and she ate guinea pig.
Ew.
It's like a delicacy. There's a mural of...
I'm so thrown. This is not at all like my fact.
There's a mural of like the Last Supper with Jesus, and the meal they're having is guinea pig. It's one of the most incredible Last Supper paintings you'll ever see. It's like a fresco. It's amazing.
How odd.
I'm so sorry. I'm like just one-upping all of your facts. I'll be quiet now.
No, because listen in.
What's your guinea pig festival where they don't eat them?
In Peru, at the guinea pig festival, they have a very elaborate costume competition. They dress them up.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
They dress them up as like kings and queens and knights and stuff.
Oh, that's so cute.
I know. My fact's meant to be nice, not about eating animals.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
You sound so upset.
I am. Fact 4. Wombat poo is cube-shaped which is very useful because it doesn't roll away, because wombats collect their poo and then they mold it into, I guess, like a pillow to lie on.
Wombats and I have that. No, okay. We have that in common.
Yeah,
No. That's really interesting. That's a very smelly pillow, but I guess you could guarantee that no one's going to like take your bed.
This is true.
Yeah.
No one's going to want
you always have a place to rest your head. If pillow's your own poo.
Gosh. Number 5, dogs sneeze to communicate with other dogs that they are only play fighting, not intending to cause harm with them.
Oh. So every time my dog sneezes on my mum and I say bless you, he's not actually sneezing. He's just letting us know that it's playing.
No, it's only if they're with another dog.
Oh, okay. So when he sneezes around us, we can say bless you. That's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. It's just with another dog.
Because you are the authority in this issue, so
I am the animal fact queen. Okay, number 6.
That's really interesting, though. I didn't realise that.
Yeah. Grey squirrels often forget where they've buried their nuts, and they're responsible for the growth of a lot of the trees in the Northern Hemisphere.
Oh, wow.
The small brown nut trees.
Oh, that's like so nice that like something, I guess, like sad for them has a positive outcome for others.
But it's sad that they can never find them. They have short memories. They'll just bury it and run off, and then be like, oh, shit. I don't know where it is.
That's natural selection.
Come on. Okay, number 7. This is the coolest thing ever. Baby dolphins have a spine on the end of their tongue, and it zips up into
whoa, I'm sorry, what? There were a lot of words in that sentence that should not be together. A spine on the end of their tongue? A
spine on their tongue. Oh. So what happens is, using the spine, they can zip their tongue up into a straw, which means they can drink their mother's milk without getting any water in the way. So their tongue will just be like into a straw.
That's so odd.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so insane.
Nature is so clever.
It is.
Okay, we're getting there. Number 8. When a rabbit is happy, it will occasionally jump into the air and twist its body around. This movement is called a binky.
Cute. I really want a pet rabbit.
So if you see a rabbit doing a binky, you know that it's happy.
And you can now, guys, everyone, you can all go, that rabbit just did a binky. Everyone go, how do you know that? You go, I listen to this amazing radio station, and they tell us the weirdest facts. It's great.
So
Get
weird.
on it.
Okay, second last fact. Red pandas use their tail as a blanket in the snow. So they get very cold, but they wrap their tail over them.
Red
like
pandas are my favourite animal.
Really?
Like, hands down, my favourite animal on planet Earth.
Wow.
They are the most adorable things ever, and they sometimes stick out their tongues, and they're like, and I'm like, I love you.
It's a lot more exciting than my favourite animal.
I'm like, what's your favourite animal?
A duck.
Oh my! I did not pin you as a duck person.
Yeah.
That is the oddest. I feel like I don't know you at all.
Since I was a child, it's my favourite animal.
A duck?
Yeah.
That is so odd.
Yeah, I know.
What about ducks? I know. I'm sorry. We need to what about ducks?
We need to take this.
I don't even care the rest of your facts. What is it about ducks?
I don't know. I've always just liked them.
Is it the adorable noise they make?
Yeah. It's the noise. It's the fact that they were one animal I was not scared of. Like, my mum used to take me to feed ducks when I was little at Narrabeen. And so they didn't scare me. And also,
do you have a preference?
In pictures, they
like
look
a mallard duck or like a white duck? Do you have a preference?
No, I like them all.
Okay. Oh, how very
accepting,
non-biased of you.
Okay, last fact. This is so cute. Baby elephants will often suck their own trunk for comfort, a bit like a thumb.
Oh my gosh, that is a really cute fact. Oh my goodness.
I'm so glad we discussed this. This is so fun.
That was the greatest segment we've ever done. So we were talking earlier about like our favourite subjects of the year. I take back anything I said. That was my favourite.
This is your favourite moment of radio so far.
I just learned your favourite animal is a duck, and we learned the cutest facts. I don't know how we're going to top this over the next year. Like, we've started on such a high for episode 1 of year 2.
Okay, stay right here. You're listening to the Takeover on Radio Northern Beaches.
Welcome back to the 3 p.m. Takeover. Those were 2 incredible songs. Like, the whole time we were just talking about how good those songs were. That was Blackout by Breathe Carolina, and then Black Fingernails Red Wine by Eskimo Joe. Oh, I'm tripping over my words because I'm just so excited.
All the black in those titles.
Yes. They were very, I don't know what's the word. It's like intense songs, I think. It's probably a good way to say.
Yeah, but they're songs that sound dark, and then when you listen to it, you're like, oh, actually, it's not. It's just the kind of music behind it.
Yeah.
The lyrics are not very dark. They're just like, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'm in love with those songs.
Same.
Black Fingernails Red Wine just came out at the perfect time for our age group. I think it came out and was like really cool to like that song, and everyone knew all the words, and it was like a really moody song, but in like a good way, and
really
good times.
I'm loving this afternoon's music.
Yes, excellent playlist. So, on a completely different direction, Very recently, I think it was the beginning of August, around that time, domain.com.au, the real estate
Property website, yeah.
Yeah, they do an annual survey of the most livable suburbs in Sydney. I thought we'd talk through it because...
That's hard to calculate. It's got to be based on so many things.
Well, they have 16 separate indicators that rate the livability of 555 established Sydney suburbs.
We have 555 suburbs in Sydney?
There's closer to 600, but
Wow.
they don't include 30 because there's a lack of data for those 30. There's not enough data. Yeah. So... according to Domain, they define livability as the general quality of a place which makes it agreeable for people to reside in. And the 16 indicators that they use to...
Determine that?
Yeah, that they use to rate a suburb on are access to services such as education and retail, culture, environmental attributes, that includes things like open spaces, tree cover, access to beaches, employment, crime levels, congestion, and digital connectivity. So, interestingly... neither of our suburbs made the top, made the number one, but of the top 100, 11 were Northern Beaches suburbs.
Hooray!
And in the top half of all of the suburbs surveyed, 33 of them were the Northern Beaches. So we did pretty well considering there's only 40 suburbs on Northern Beaches. 40, 44?
44, I think. We worked out.
Something like that.
But seriously, where else would you live, right?
Yeah. So, according to this survey, the number one suburb to live based off the 16 livability indicators is Lavender Bay.
See, I've always heard that, and if I had the money, I would live in Lavender Bay.
Oh, same.
Because areas like that, and even across the other side, if you live sort of Mossman, Clontarf, Cremorne, you have the best of both worlds because you're right by the city, but you're also kind of suburban and on the beaches on the north side as well.
Definitely.
Anything down there around Lavender Bay, I think you're going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah. Well, interestingly, Lavender Bay and its surrounding suburbs, 7 of the top 10 Sydney most livable suburbs were in that area. That's a lot.
McMahon's Point and all those.
Yeah, so that area's like Kirribilli and all the little suburbs around there. And then moving out a little bit, other ones that did well were like Woolloomooloo, Balmain, Millers Point, Darlinghurst, all the ones you can't afford.
All those inner city eastern suburbs ones.
Pretty much. But interestingly, one of the things that was higher than other suburbs in the most livable suburbs were congestion and crime. And they reckon that in order to have all the other good things, they're the two things that more often than not you have to compromise on is congestion and crime, which is really interesting.
I would say certainly in the eastern suburbs, your biggest thing would be congestion.
Oh, definitely. Like, if you've ever tried to park in Lavender Bay or Kirribilli, there's no parking.
Well, like, even then, if you're thinking more eastern suburbs, Vaucluse, Lavender Bay, not Lavender Bay, Vaucluse, Woollahra,
like
Rose Bay across the side there, Double Bay, there's just no parking and it's very expensive. But congestion is your biggest thing, and streets are narrow because it's really old.
They're all like one way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we move over to the north, the leafy North Shore, as it's called, makes sense why it's called that, because out of all other suburbs, between the north of Chatswood and then coming across to like the forest area, we have the highest possible ranking of tree cover, which makes sense. Just being in this area,
do in the forest.
Yeah,
area.
you're like, oh, we're not called that for any other reason.
No reason.
Yeah, and interestingly, Sydney compared to other cities, most of our livable parts are sort of to the eastern edge outside of the CBD, whilst other cities, it'll more often than not, it'll be the centre of the city and it will fan out evenly in all directions, whilst ours is, the centre of the city isn't actually the best part, it is the eastern side, which is really interesting.
Yeah, but I think about that, I think about the suburbs that I like or that I want to live in if I was in Brisbane or Melbourne, and they're certainly close to the city, but I think here, Sydney is so much more populated that it has hubs elsewhere.
Definitely.
I was reading only recently that North Sydney is a bigger CBD than Brisbane.
Really?
Yeah. So, you just never know.
Yeah. That's insane.
It's the third biggest CBD after Sydney, and so Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, and then North Sydney, I think.
Wow. Perth?
Yeah.
Well, there's a little, all right, why not? That's a plot twist. And unsurprisingly, one of the things that really bumps up a suburb's livability is its access to things like rail lines and public transport.
Boo-hoo, Northern Beaches.
What's the thing? I think
no trains or transport.
From what I was reading, a lot of the reasons that a number of Northern Beaches suburbs got, I guess, a lower overall rank than other suburbs was because it'd be like, there's no rail line there.
Transport is the one thing that has always brought down the beaches.
Yeah.
But people on the beaches tend to drive and often will work in Chatswood or North Sydney, so often smaller CBDs people end up working in. But yeah, it's always been the transport here.
Definitely. But something you'll be happy about, your old suburb, Davidson, has been ranked the absolute top spot to raise a family.
Damn, my parents did a good job picking
They
it.
did.
That's so exciting. I can't fault Davidson. It's a great suburb to live in. There's hardly anybody there, but you're close to everything and it's quiet and it was a great place. I'm so glad it made number one. Little old Davidson, there's only like 1,700 people that live there or something. It's very small.
Well, Davidson was number one, and then was followed by Middle Cove and Lavender Bay, and then Killarney Heights and Waverton, and some other ones were sort of in the top 10, which is interesting.
Oh, there we go.
But more importantly, on the overall ranking, my current suburb beats your suburb. Balgala is higher than Davidson.
I don't live in Davidson though.
You used to.
True, but I was very excited to find out the suburb that I now live in, which sadly is currently not on the Northern Beaches, was voted the most affluent voting area.
Oh.
When we recently had the federal elections. So I was
Don't
kind of
you-
chuffed on that one.
Don't you feel like you should change your accent to something a little more posh after hearing that?
Something a little bit more affluent.
Oh.
This is true.
But I just found it really interesting that we had, like, unsurprising but interesting that of the top 100, we had 11 suburbs.
So what suburbs do we have?
So the ranking of the Northern Beaches suburbs, which are in order of the overall ranking, are Queenscliff, Manly, Dee Why, Freshwater, Balgala, Manly Vale, Davidson, Curl Curl, Killarney Heights, Clontarf, and North Curl Curl.
Hooray.
Yeah.
That's great.
Which is quite good. And I kind of get it. And the
Go Davidson.
And ones that are really lovely but were much lower down with things like Scotland, Ireland, Oxford Falls, Church Point, all the ones that are a lot harder to get to.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And even just by reading through the list, you can see just things like Balgala Heights and North Manly are lower because there are no buses there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's sort of, you go, oh yeah, that's really the only thing that dragged them down. But overall, Northern Beaches had one of the lowest crime rates across Sydney as well.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Safest area, I would think, if you kind of divide things equally. That's really great news for the beaches. And like, meh, transport aside, like, as though you wouldn't want to live here, right?
Exactly.
We know
It's
that
so
everyone
beautiful.
else in other parts of Sydney are totes jealous of where we live.
We get
there we
beautiful trees and we can go to the beach and everyone's really lovely and nice.
And we don't have noisy trains.
This is true. Trains are great, but they're a bit noisy.
But the L90 is better. Maybe not. Okay. We're going to be back right after this. This is David Guetta, however you want to say it.
David Guetta.
David Guetta.
Is it Guetta?
I say Guetta, but
I say Guetta, but you said Guetta, and now I'm confused.
some people say fancy things like Guetta. I was trying to be fancy since I live in a fancy
Let's call him
suburb.
D-Dog.
Okay, D-Dog with Dangerous. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We are at the very end of our show, which means it is time for
Suburb Focus.
Hooray!
Yay!
Today's suburb is, drumroll, Brookvale.
Oh, okay. You cut me off.
Ouch, slap.
Just so
sorry,
you
if
know.
you live in Brookvale, I'm sorry for that.
It's terrible. Just so you know, Brookvalians, your overall rank on the 500 list was 133. You may continue.
You know what?
According to the Domain Most Livable list.
Solid effort, Brookvale.
It's still in the top half.
It is.
Over 500 suburbs and you're still in the top half. That's pretty good.
It is. Very good job. And quite well into the top half. So
Yeah.
no worries there. Okay, so as we know, Brookvale is a primarily industrial suburb. It is the largest industrial suburb on the beaches. There are not many houses or apartments, whatever, in there. And in 1883, Sydney Alexander Malcolm built what became known as
Ring the
Brookvale.
Wall? Oh.
No, built Brookvale House, which was like a big, kind of like a hotel estate thing. After the land had first been discovered.
Is it the Brookvale Hotel?
No.
Oh.
And Brookvale House was sold in 1961 and knocked down
Oh.
to build the mall.
Oh, so I was right the first time.
Kind of.
Oh, because I was just about to say that I need to stop jumping to conclusions when we do suburb focus. I just jump and go, the only thing I know in that suburb, but I'll jump to it.
No,
Wow.
so where the mall now stands, there used to be this really fancy place called Brookvale House in the 1800s.
Ooh.
So there we go.
That's quite cool.
Yeah. So after the Second World War, most of the land that is now Brookvale was bought by immigrants, mostly Italians, and there's still a really large Italian population in Brookvale and also around like the DY area. And because of the large presence of immigrants from the southern Italian village of Pisano.
Oh.
Many local residents in Brookvale know it as Pasanidiu, which means Little Pisano in Italian.
That is so specific for a town for them all to come from.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
What happened? Why did they all leave?
I don't know, war.
Oh, yeah, they'll do it.
War-torn Europe.
Okay.
Drama, as you know. And they thought, Brookvale it will be. And they came all the way from Europe to Brookvale. So there we go. Only 60% of residents in Brookvale have English as a first language, which is actually 60% sounds fine, but that's actually quite a low number for a suburb on the peninsula.
Yeah,
and then
that's
of that
incredible.
40% where English is not the first language, for about 30% of that 40% it is Italian.
That's less surprising now that I know the previous fact about Italy.
Yeah. And mostly Calabrian, so not like regular Italian Calabrian from down south, the dialect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That makes sense. There's some really good pizza and pasta places in Brookvale.
There sure are.
Yeah.
So Brookvale is very much a hub if you're on the beaches. No, if you want to buy a car, that's where all the car places are.
You need to get a car fixed.
Yeah, if you need to get a car fixed, all the smash repairs are in Brookvale.
Yep.
All the big office works, the best office works is in Brookvale. The home of the Manly Warringah Seagulls, if you like your footy, is in Brookvale.
Need to go to the movies.
Need to go to the need to go to the movies, Brookvale. And of course I was not to say one and only, but our biggest and main mall for the whole peninsula is in Brookvale. So, we would
where would we be?
We would be lost without Brookvale.
We would.
As much as you may have mocked it at the start.
No, it wasn't a mock. I think the fact that it's low in the livability is because you were saying it's the biggest industrial suburb in the Northern Beaches, which makes so much sense because it is, I guess people that actually live in Brookvale, it's more the bit which starts to go up the hill a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Or towards DY.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense because when I go to Brookvale, it is because it is like you're going there for a business reason.
Yeah, definitely. And there's quite a few businesses there as well, like as industrial parks business wise. So yeah, if you're coming sort of down from the hill, you're on the Beacon Hill side or you're kind of going up and towards DY. So there aren't very many people that actually call Brookvale home as a suburb, but it's the local place of necessity for us all.
Yeah. And if you do call Brookvale home, that's awesome because it's a great suburb. It's got everything.
Everything you need.
And
right
amazing Italian
door.
food.
If you crash a car, no worries.
Yep. If you crash your car so bad you need to buy a new car, no worries.
Oh dear. Anyway.
But that wraps us up for this week. But being that next week it will be in September, that means it's time for a special. And we have a very special coming up.
I'm so excited for this special.
We are going to be doing... Are you guys ready? I don't think they're ready. Do you think they're ready?
They're not ready.
Oh my God. Okay, take a moment. Okay, now you're ready. So,
Right.
Our special for next week is going to be songs about cities.
So exciting.
I'm so excited. We're going to find out what city Hope and I would be if like a personality...
If we were a city.
Yeah, if we were a city.
What city we should live in type thing. And we're going to be discussing our favourite cities.
Yeah.
So make sure you stay tuned to hear.
Maybe your favourite city will make one of our lists.
We are. We're lucky. We're both quite extensively travelled, so we have a few that we can chat about next week. But we're going to bring you our absolute favourites and a whole hour of really, really awesome music. So you do not want to miss this. Same time, same place next week.
Yeah. So if you have a favourite song that has a city name in it,
or you have a favourite city,
yes, let us know. Write on our Facebook wall, send us a tweet, send us an email, and we'll get it on the air. We'll catch you next week, guys.